Patch 5.5 introduces the final entry into the Sorrow of Werelit weapon series of extreme encounters, where the party faces off against Diamond Weapon on the Cloud deck. Before pooling, we separate the raid into 2 light parties of 1 tank, 1 healer, and 2 DPS. Both tanks should begin the encounter with their stances active. When Diamond Weapon is pooled, a second platform will appear and the 2 teleporters on either platform will become active, allowing players to travel between the red and blue stages. One of our designated light parties will travel to the far red stage as soon as all raid buffs have gone out in preparation for the first mechanic. Note that after taking a teleporter, players are afflicted with a mobile suit, making them unable to use a teleporter again for 20 seconds. Diamond Raine deals damage to players based on how many are on their platform. Because we've divided into groups of 4, we take very little damage, but it's worth noting surviving with up to 6 players on one platform is quite easy. Each additional player results in an additional hit and an additional magic vulnerability stack. Players don't need to spread out for this mechanic aside from reporting to their platforms, and players should be aware that dead players still count on the platform they died on. After Diamond Raine, Weapon will hit the 2 highest enmity players with several cleaving line auto attacks. Take care to avoid these. These cleaves reappear frequently throughout the fight, so if a tank dies they should re-establish leading aggro immediately. Adamant Purge functions similarly to the normal difficulty. Players will need to look for 2 key indicators. The first is which of Diamond's hands glow purple. This indicates which platform he will cleave. Players on the platform he will cleave should immediately move over to join the other players on the opposite platform. The second indicator players need to check for are whether or not a gun has appeared on Weapon's chest. If one has, players need to stack up to share a split damage column AoE. If there is not a gun on Diamond's chest, players need to spread out to avoid overlapping circle AoEs that inflict magic vulnerability up. After the stacker spread mechanics resolve, we have the party that moved return to their original platform when their immobile suit debuffs fall off. Photon Burst will target both tanks with flare AoEs. We simply have the tanks stay on the north side of their platforms, with the rest of the party towards the south. These hit the tanks pretty hard, so make sure to pop a cooldown. Melee should never have to disengage for this mechanic. Diamond's second Adamant Purge will play out a little differently than the first. When the glowing claw appears, the party on the cleave side of the arena needs to travel to the safe platform. This is immediately followed by a Diamond Raine cast. The light party that just traveled will still have their immobile suit debuffs, rendering them unable to teleport, so whichever party started on the safe side of the cleave will now teleport to the other platform to resolve the Diamond Raine. Diamond's third Adamant Purge will work the same as the first one did. One of his hands will glow, indicating which platform he will cleave, and then he will do either a stack or a spread AoE, whichever he didn't do in the first set. You can always check his chest if you don't remember which was first. Gun still equals stack. After one more Photon Burst, Diamond will cast code Chi-Xi-Stigma, transitioning the phase. 4 Magitech hands will appear on each platform, each tethering to a party member. Auri Cyclone causes 2 large blue knockback AoEs to appear as well. The hands do not deal AoE damage, but will kill the tethered player if they are not far enough away to turn the tethers dark purple. Players cannot teleport at this time, as we will need to teleport for another mechanic very soon. If you are tethered to a hand on the same platform that you occupy, use the knockback circle to get knocked to the other platform. If you are already on a different platform from the hand that you're tethered to, simply get knocked down the center of the platform. After the hands resolve, Diamond will face one of the 2 platforms and cast Airship's Bane, destroying it at the end of the cast. If you're on the platform he's facing, quickly teleport to the other. Outrage is a standard raid-wide AoE. At the start of this phase, Diamond casts it twice back to back. Auri Arts will cause several orbs to appear around the outside of the arena, and Diamond becomes untargetable at the end of this cast. These orbs telegraph Diamond Weapon's attack pattern, but I recommend just ignoring them completely. There will always be a safe spot in the center of the arena along either the west or east edge. Identify which side of the platform Diamond is facing. If he's facing a west corner, the safe spot is in the center of the east edge, and vice versa. Getting hit by the initial leap or any of the Zigzag AoEs will also knock you back, making this especially dangerous. After the Zigzag AoEs resolve, Diamond will jump to a final orb above the party and face a corner once again. After a short delay, he will strike that half of the arena with a cleave. Simply stay put if he's facing the side opposite the party, or cross to the other side if he's facing a corner on the side the party stacked on. After another Outrage, Diamond targets the main tank with Auri Doomstead, a tank buster that deals area damage in a small radius around his target and inflicts physical vulnerability up. The off tank should provoke during this cast, taking care not to get clipped by the buster. Diamond's next Auri Arts is a little bit different, but also has an easy solution. Diamond will jump to an orb on the north or south edge of the platform. Inspect the edge opposite him. If there is no orb, simply move close to Diamond Weapon. If there is an orb on the edge opposite Diamond, move far from him, hugging the west or east edge of the platform, as in this variant he will also dash down the middle of the platform. Diamond will jump from orb to orb, hitting the platform with a massive point-blank AoE at his final destination. After the massive circle AoE resolves, quickly move to the remaining high orb and prepare to be knocked back by positioning yourself at an angle to avoid being knocked off. Arm's length and surecast also work here. After another Outrage Raidwide, Diamond casts Articulated Bits. These bits cast column AoEs in their direction of orientation after a delay. Diamond will cast another Auri Arts, this one similar to the first Zigzag pattern. If the safe spot is on the same side as the bits, we'll have to wait until the bits fire their AoE before moving into it. This movement is kind of tricky, and if you're having a hard time not getting hit here, there's also a safe spot on the very opposite side of the arena from where Diamond starts, that might be easier to adjust into. For instance, if Diamond faces the northwest corner during the Auri Arts cast, you can wait on the south edge of the arena for the bits to resolve, and quickly move over to the southeast corner while the zigzags are resolving. If the bits are not on the safe side of the arena, you can just ignore them and wait in the center safe spot. Diamond will again strike half of the arena from a final high orb, so cross or stay based on which side he is facing. The bits have also reoriented, so be sure you aren't directly in front of any of them. After another Outrage Raidwide and Auri Doomstead Tank Buster, we will see another set of bits summoned and combined with the second version of Auri Arts. Handle this as you did before, moving close to Diamond Weapon if there is no orb opposite him, and far from Diamond Weapon if there is an orb opposite him. Be sure to dodge on whichever side isn't being hit by the bits. Move forward for the final knockback orb, taking care to get knocked to whichever corner will not be shot by the now reoriented bits. After another Outrage, the second platform will return and Diamond will assume his large form again. Flood Ray will mark each party member with a number marker, from 1 to 8. At the end of the cast, Diamond will hit these players in the number ordered with massive conal AoEs that inflict magic vulnerability up. We handle this mechanic by having the 1, 2, 5, and 6 markers move to the west platform, and the 3, 4, 7, and 8 markers to the east platform. 1 and 3 start at the north inside corners of their platforms, while 2 and 4 start at the south inside corners of their platforms. 5, 6, 7, and 8 wait in the very center of their respective platforms. When 1 is cleaved, it swaps places with 5. When 2 is cleaved, it swaps places with 6, and so forth. Check the pinned comment for a macro I recommend to play at the start of this mechanic so that everyone can easily digest their positioning. After another Photon burst, Diamond will again summon Articulated Bits, with one set cleaving the south half of one platform and another set cleaving the north half of the other. This is layered with an Adamant Purge cleave into stack or spread, just as we saw in Phase 1. The bits will resolve a few seconds before the cleave, giving players an opportunity to teleport between the two mechanics. Players then stack or spread while noting the reconfigured positioning of the bits, which will resolve at the same time. This is immediately followed by a Diamond Raine. Some players will still be unable to teleport due to their immobile suit debuffs, so those that can should adjust to avoid stacking too much damage on one platform. Remember, 6 players on one platform is survivable, so don't panic here. After another set of Articulated Bits cast, Diamond casts Diamond Shrapnel, targeting all players with large circle AoEs that track and follow them. We handle this by standing in front of the bits on the far side of the arena. As soon as the initial telegraphs appear, we run straight forward to the teleporter beneath the bits and move to the opposite platform. These AoEs will follow us all the way across, but not very far into the second platform. If you move towards the center after teleporting, you should be safe. While we were baiting Shrapnel, Diamond has cast Adamant Sphere, summoning 1 tower for each player currently alive. The bits have also reconfigured, and these will resolve shortly before the towers. Players have a lot of time to adjust positioning for these towers, and since we reconfigured our platform parties to resolve Photon Burst, I recommend not trying to assign specific towers to specific players. Diamond will again combine Articulated Bits with Adamant Purge. Dodge the bits, dodge the cleave, and then stack or spread while also dodging the new bit positions. This is followed by another Diamond Raine, so players not inflicted with a mobile suit should be prepared to teleport as needed. From this point there is nothing new to be seen. Flood Ray will repeat, followed by Photon Burst, and eventually Diamond will enrage. We never saw it despite many deaths and healer LB3s, so the DPS check is not at all strict. Focus on learning all of Diamond's tells and he'll be down in no time.